Hello everybody, we're going to get propane today, so I'm going to show you the proper way and the safe way to load a propane tank into the back of your truck. For this size propane tank, a 40-pound tank, whether it's full or empty, it's really important to use proper lifting technique. You've probably heard of that before. Use your legs, not your back. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to pick it up like so, and I'm going to go to the back of the truck with the tailgate down, and I'm going to lay it down just like that, just beyond the tailgate. This prevents it from rolling out. And if I had it standing straight up, it would risk falling out of the truck. You don't want that to happen. So lay it down and push it back a little bit so it's not going to roll out. It'll stay secure for you to hop up in and finish it off. A lot of newer trucks have a step on the side. I found that it's very easy to use to get up and in. You're going to want to take your milk crate. I haven't mentioned this yet. I use old milk crates. I have permission to use these. They're very old and they keep the propane tank standing straight up, safe and secure. You'll keep everyone happy that way. So I put the milk crate in place behind me. Next, I'm going to take the propane tank and I'm going to carefully stand it up. Whether it's full or empty, you always just want to handle this with care. You don't want to put any unwanted stress on the valve itself. It's very important. This is ultimately what keeps the whole thing safe throughout any use of the propane tank. So that proper lifting technique, I'm going to lift it and I'm going to carefully set it into the milk crate. So the final step of making sure that your tanks are nice and secure is using a ratchet strap. I use this ratchet strap. I've been using it for years. A little dirty, but still fully functional. And what's really nice about these trucks is a lot of these newer trucks have hooks to make it easier to put cargo in. So I'm going to put it on the put the hook on the highest loop there. I'm going to come over on the other side and do the same thing. And I'm going to pull tight, and then I'm just going to ratchet it. And it doesn't take too much. And you can see, very, very tight. These things not going to go anywhere when you're driving. The place I go only allows me to fill 4 at a time, which is, it's just fair. It's probably not the safest thing to drive around with a whole bed full of gas tanks. With our tanks secure, we're ready to bring them down the road to get them filled. So let's go. Due to safety reasons, the use of electronic devices around propane and propane fumes is not allowed. I took a few pictures of the propane filling station before the propane was being dispensed. I just got back from filling the propane tanks, so I'm going to show you how to safely unload them from the pickup truck. Now, unloading the propane tank is basically the opposite of what you did when you loaded it. The big difference is these tanks weigh 50 to 70 pounds heavier now that they have fuel in them. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to take the ratchet strap off. Just like that, release it. Next step is we're going to take the propane tank with proper lifting technique, of course. We're going to bring it to the tailgate. Once it's at the tailgate, we're going to want to lay it down carefully for safe unloading. I tend to leave the milk crate on so it can't roll, and that allows me to get down safely without the propane tank falling out of the truck. Now that we have the propane tank on the tailgate laying down on its side, we're going to grab it with 2 hands, and with proper lifting technique, we're going to slowly lower it to the ground and put it down. Once you get the propane tanks out of the pickup truck, you're going to want to store them in a safe place far enough away from any residential building or building that people use just for safety purposes. And I'll explain a little bit about how I learned that lesson kind of the hard way in another video. So that's it. That's how we get propane put in these 40-pound tanks for our food truck. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to answer them. And other than that, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.